Hey guys, what's up? This is GundamLegacyExtreme, and I'm here today to review on the Robot Damashii Lancelot Albion normal version and Tamashii Nations exclusive Energy Clear Edition. Now, both of these figures are exactly the same. The only difference between them is this one's clear, and the paint apps are much nicer on this. Other than that, there are no differences at all between the two of them. Oh yeah, well that and all the black joints are white on him for some reason. So yeah, starting off with the details. Bringing in the normal version, as you can see, he is a very brilliant white color, keeping up with the color scheme of the Lancelot. The Lancelot was always white, gold, red. And of course, as you can see, his eyes are a nice green color, kind of like a Gundam's. Here's the thing though. Do remember, Nightmare frames are much smaller than a Gundam. What do I mean? Let's put it this way. These things are about 1/35th scale, as they are in scale with the 1/35 scale Nightmare frame model kits. Bringing in a Gundam, let's straighten him out real quick. I'm not taking him out of his pose, besides just straightening his legs. Here's him next to the 1/144 00 Gundam. Once again, 1/35th scale, 1/144 scale. I rest my case. Do remember that Nightmare frames are vastly smaller than a Gundam. What the hell? Oh, a side skirt. I'll get that later. Anyway. And now I just lost my epic pose, but I'll get him back in it later. Back to what I was saying. The color scheme on this one it's fairly nice. The gold is kind of a yellowish gold. Got some metallic red for what should be clear plastic jewels. A little splotchy right here, kind of not as neat as that side. QC control. But yeah. Their shared gimmick is you can open up the cockpit and pull the seat out a bit. No Suzaku Kururugi to put in there though, unfortunately. Not like the Gawain and the Shinkiro, which both had a Lelouch figure. Or the Gawain had a Lelouch figure, and then you can take take it and put it in the Shinkiro. Bringing in the Energy Clear Edition, you have pretty much the same stuff, though a lot of things pop out more since the white's not hiding it all. And then of course, clear plastic, clear plastic, clear plastic, and the gold is a lot more beautiful on here, I find. And once again, same gimmick, except the seat is now made out of clear plastic as well, which kind of gets me scared, but whatever. Articulation-wise, I'll use this one. Arms can rotate 360. They can go out once you bend the elbow, about that far. They can go up a little bit until you pop it out of the ball joint, but that's a good thing. It's just a ball and socket. So if you pop it out, you can just push it right back in. Bicep swivel, though you have to pull the arm out a bit because this giant gauntlet gets in the way. Wrists can rotate, not a full 360. I wouldn't try it because you might cut up the rubber hands, but they can rotate fairly enough. Waist can go down and up here, side to side here. Rotate about that much, cannot go a full 360. Legs can go forwards that far, back about that far, out about that far, unless you bring the leg forward. Then you can bring the leg out like that. Knee bends 90 degrees. Foot can go forwards and back, side to side, rotate full 360. And the land spinner rotates full 360. So, decent articulation for an older Robot Damashii. If I'm correct, this came out during the early stages of the Robot Damashii, so they were still pretty close to. They were getting away from designs from them looking as toyish as an MSIA was, but it still had the limited articulations of some MSIAs. But what it makes up for, oh yeah, I also forgot the head. Now normally the head can go up and down, limited like this, and just rotate, but you can pull the head up, and it extends the articulation out some more, so you get some nice nodding action. Head can rotate a full 360, tilt side to side. You can't do the chicken, unfortunately, but pulling his head up like that allows for a lot more dynamic posing, I find. Now, again, this can do the exact same thing. Pull the head up, and you now get more poseability out of the head. I swear, this one, just for some strange reason, looks more badass standing just in a simple dynamic pose. Accessory-wise, they both share the exact same accessory count, but there are some differences in their accessories. First and foremost, let's start with the Slash Harkins. They are exactly the same, no change at all, but the gold just looks a lot better on this than it does on this one, and they even made this out of clear plastic. I thought that all they would do was just change the paint on the Slash Harkins. No, it's made out of clear plastic. Oh yeah, and flexi wire. Just remember, do not bend this wire all that much. If you bend it too much, you will break it. But there's one problem with these Slash Harkins, all four of them. As you can see, the Slash Harkins would normally go in here. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but clear red jewel there, no clear red jewel there. It's the same with this. Red paint app there, no red paint app there. A little bit of inconsistency. Kinda annoys me, but whatever. But anyway, as I was saying, Slash Harkin just fits on there just perfectly. Now he's got a grappling hook flying out at you. That would be a perfect time to put on the splayed open finger hand, but I don't display with the Slash Harkins, so I don't care. Putting that back on. You have also Slash Harkins for the sides, which use these angled ones. Moving along. Now here's where things start to get different. We bring in the swords. Well, first off, we have the MVSs in their closed states. And here's where the difference between these two become very noticeable. Here's the MVS sword in closed state for this one. Here's the MVS sword in closed state with this one. Notice something on this one that's not on this one? Yes, that green jewel, which is supposed to be there. The MVSs go on to the sheets, which both are designed very nicely. The sheets just peg onto the backs, like so. Oh, whoops. There's two holes there. Watch it. That one's for something else that will be popping up in a minute. But they just go on like that. Make sure that the wider part is facing away from it. And you just put the swords in here. Now, damn it. Now that we're all done with that, let's bring in the MVSs in open state. Now, as you can see, the gold paint was put on into here, which it should have been on that, but they didn't do it for some reason. It is missing a little bit of paint though down here, and so is this one, because if I remember correctly, there was supposed to be a red jewel down here. But what is metallic red plastic on here is clear pink plastic on here. Well, metallic red paint is clear pink. I actually like this more because this looks like it emulates the vibration effect of the MVS sword, because MVS stands for Mass Vibration Sword. MVS, Mass Vibration Sword. Personally, I like this one more than this, but the metallic red still does look really nice. And last but not least, well, for weapons anyway, we get the Varus Rifle. Closed state. Oops. I just knocked something down, I'll get that in a minute. You have closed state. What is metallic plastic on here is clear plastic on here. Ah, boy. I'll leave him down. And then you have the Varus Rifle in open state. Again, what is metallic plastic on here except for the barrel is clear plastic on here except for the barrel. And then of course you have the trigger finger hands already pre-installed on both of them. And then of course we get to the Blaze Luminous Wings in closed state. And then of course what really got me when I bought this. Excuse me for a moment while I look for something that fell. Oh, it was just a Slash Harkin. What really got me when I bought this one right here, which is what got me to go to the point where now I want to sell this one, as you all know. The Blaze Luminous Wings in open state. Here's the ones for this one. Just clear green plastic. I've always kinda not liked how they design these, because it just looks like lime green clear plastic. They peg onto those slots that I told you to watch out for with these, because these will not fit in there in those slots, and you might break it if you keep trying to force it. There's the wings on that one. And then we have the Blaze Luminous Wings. Whoops, I moved the camera a bit. For this one. OMG. Now this is what made me scream when I saw these. Look at those, and then look at these. These look a hell of a lot better than that. That is just translucent green plastic with no real effect. But this is translucent green plastic that has a really beautiful looking energy effect. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this. Now, in all honesty, I love my Lancelots. Both of these Lancelot Albions are really good and do what they need to do. They emulate the Lancelot Albion perfectly. Oh yes, I forgot. You also get splayed open hands, sword holding hands, closed fists, and trigger finger hands, as I showed you earlier. So you have everything you need to express this Lancelot Albion however you want. But both of these are really good. They both do their job perfectly. They both emulate the Lancelot Albion as it needs to be. They both bring out the epicness that the Lancelot Albion had before it went kaboom by the Gurren Satan, which I still need to get my hands on, but is now really hard to get because it's expensive because it was discontinued. Moving on, if you want these guys, you might have to spend an arm and leg. This one was $77 because this was a Tamashii Nations exclusive. When I say Tamashii Nations exclusive, I mean you had to go to the Tamashii Nations event, stand online, and buy one. You could only get one. Then you had to go back online to buy another, and back online if you want to buy another, I think. But this one you could get on eBay pretty decently, I'd say maybe $40 or $50. I don't know how much they go for now since I don't need to look for one since I have it. But this one would normally run you about $77 to $160 depending on the person. I found one person on eBay selling it for $77 with free shipping. I got this from CS Toys International for $76.99 after shipping. So it's worth it. I am selling this one, don't forget. So if anyone's interested, shoot me a PM and I'll let you know the price. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope if you found all the information you needed to help you decide whether or not you wanted to buy this Lancelot or you want to shove out the extra dough and get the Tamashii Nations exclusive Lancelot. Peace out, my friends.